So I noticed a lot of the hypercars in the last video that I made about this a long time ago. A lot of them were based on looks, and today I'll show you guys the top 5 best performance cars in GTA 5. Now these are of course just hypercars. Once again, nothing in the sports class, only the super class will apply here. I'll make a separate video for the sports class. Anyways though, let's begin. Starting off at our number 5 spot is right here. We have the Overflood Entity XXR. Now this car is $2,305,000. Quite an expensive car, but it's worth every penny because this car is not only based on an awesome car, but its performance is just as awesome as what it's based on. This car is based on a Koenigsegg 1-to-1, and its description here, sure, it makes sense for a nation of ultra-liberal herring lovers to lead the world in the manufacture of affordable flat-pack furniture, but just when you think you've got the measure of them, the Swedish go and produce a low-swung, heavyweight, pitifully fast hypercar, and suddenly it's hard to sustain your prejudices when you're experiencing G-force to separate your face from your skull. Go figure. Now, people often claim that... Actually, hold up a second. People often claim that there is another car, the Entity XF, which is actually right in here somewhere. Let me just find it really quickly. Here it is. XF. Right here. People claim that this car, which is actually based on the CCXR from Koenigsegg, is actually faster than the XXR. It's not. The XXR has a top speed down the highway of about 130, while the XF has a top speed of about 120. Clear winner there. Now down the airport runway though, not the best thing for that. So, you know, down the highway, this thing is also one of the best street racing cars of all time. So, yeah. Might have been introduced in a pretty bad update for cars, but trust me, this is one of the few good things that came out of that update. Coming in at number 4 spot, we have one of the oldest cars on this list, the Pegassi Zentorno. This car costs $725K, not even $1 million. But remember, these are just the base prices. And actually, whatever. But the Zentorno is based on a couple of different cars at the same time, but they're all made by the same brand. Of course, it is a Lamborghini, but there's a couple different ones. The headlights, I don't know where they came from. I have no idea where those Batman-looking headlights came from. They look awesome. The taillights are from the Lamborghini Aventador. The overall body shape is from the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, and the doors are, of course, from the Aventador. Interior, I don't really know. But the description of this car, make sure the other 99% know you're in a vehicle they can't afford with this loud, brash, in-your-face supercar from Pegassi. Insanely fast with a high-tech interior. This is as close as you can get to a fighter jet on wheels. The only thing that goes up quicker than the 0 to 60 on this bad boy is your insurance premium. Kind of ironic that they say that whenever there's cars in this game that have insurance premiums of $20,000 when this one is only $9,000. So, yeah, not exactly the most expensive insurance premium, which is another plus with this car. The customization is awesome. This is also one of the best cars to paint in this game because of the crazy color variations. I made my Zentorno here is basically, since there's a Gauntlet Hellfire, I decided, you know what, Zentorno Hellfire, and I think I did it pretty well. The only thing I'm going to need now is a freaking license plate that says Hellfire, and I'll be good. For right now, Demon. That'll be perfect for right now. This next one. Oh man, people are going to get up on arms for me about this one, but it has to be mentioned. Somewhere on this list it has to be mentioned. Number 3, X80 Proto. I know what you're thinking. The traction is awful. Okay, you got me there. But if anything, that's actually what makes this car better. You see, this is a drift car, in a way, because of that lack of traction. And also, if you can learn to control that, which takes some practice, but once you actually have that practice, then this car will be one of the best in your collection. And look at it. It looks like something straight out of space. It's insane looking. It looks like it could cut right through you and all of the air around it. And more importantly, it's very expensive. It's $2,700,000. It's that price for a very good reason. Just look at it. Look at it. It's insane. Top speed on the highway about 130. Again, just like the Entity. Number 2 spot. I love this car. You know, I really do love this car. The Devastate. The Devil 16 in real life. This car costs pretty low amount actually for what it is. This car actually costs, get this, it costs $1,795,000. When there's cars in the game that cost $2.8 million and they're slower than this, that's when you know there's something wrong with your game, Rockstar. Not only does this car have amazing handling, but that top speed is what really kicks it off. This thing actually hits 160 at many points on the highway if you have enough curb boost. And do I have to mention handling again? It's a rear-wheel drive car, so your steering is actually quite good. The doors are the same as the Krieger, which would have actually made it onto this list if not for this car's existence. The only reason why this is a number 1 is because of a different handling car. But this is going to win you many races. The only real problem with it, though, is its length. It's a very long car, so, you know. Now, I do actually have, before we get to number 1, 2 honorable mentions. The first one is the Grotti Furia. The reason why this didn't actually make it onto the list is, while yes, it does look good and actually have many unique features such as a pop-up spoiler on the back, Koenigsegg doors, as well as an exhaust that is like on the top of here, and that's optional extra, by the way. That does not come stock with the car, and also like an LED strip that goes across the very front of it. The top speed is lacking, so it did not make it on this list. And yes, there are many places where you can get a good amount of curb boost and get this thing going, but down the highway in general, that's what I'm talking about here. Not exactly the best. The other one, though, is of course the T20. And the reason why the T20 didn't make it on this list is because, while this is actually one of the oldest cars on this list, like for honorable mentions, and also one of the coolest looking ones, it's actually McLaren. The reason why this didn't make it on this list is because there is something else that actually is better than it. And that car is at the very top of my garage. What is this car? This magnificent car? What other car could it possibly be than, of course, the Pro-Gen Emirates? This Emirates, let me just show you this car's handling. Alright, we'll take this thing outside. Actually, I'm going to show you this car in general. Unique features already start off with the fog lights. This is one of the few cars in the game that actually have high beams that are fog lights. You can find this on, I think, the normal Gauntlet, the VSTR, the Rakoto, and this car. The list pretty much ends there. It's pretty uncommon to see fog lights like this on your car. But this car is a great drift car. It's a track McLaren Senna GTR in real life, which is an awesome car. And it truly handles like one, and it has the speed of one too. Look at that thing. Flies away. This car is one of the craziest things that Rockstar has ever actually added to this game. Never before have I been so wowed by a car. The steering is top notch, the traction is all the way up. The speed, don't even get me started there. The curb boost, again, don't even get me started there. Look at this. It's ridiculous. This is the car that I could have put for freaking ludicrous speed for those like hypercar videos, but I didn't because the other game had better sense of speed than this one. So, you know what? So I do that one. But maybe I did find an overlap for both of them, so maybe I will make a Hypercar 3 with GTA 5 and have this car featured in it. Let me know in the comment section if you guys would like to see that. But the Emirates, the only thing that is missing is the doors are, of course, like just normal doors. But also, the only real thing that's missing from this car is a better name. Because, well, optional extras could also be a little bit better, and like having skirts that'll just stick out like that, and having some better options. I mean, what else do you want? Has insane top speed, great acceleration if you guys know how to control rear-wheel drive cars and get good starts. Looks crazy, has the unique fog lights, has a lot of customization on it, has a lot of nice liveries. And also, you guys might have actually gotten this car for freaking free on the podium. Because this is actually on the podium for a week, and I got it from there. One of the most worth it things ever. And I have no regrets of buying this car. And I'm sure you guys won't have any regrets either. So, anyways though, that'll be all for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, I'm not going to disclose it here because you guys already know what to do if you've been watching YouTube for a long time. I'm the Professional One Lamborghini. And we are crashing into a building. And signing out.